Hi guys, I'm Harish Pillai. Welcome to my YouTube channel on Intellectual Property Talks. In this channel, I discuss IP from technological, managerial, and strategic point of views with an outline to key legal terms that are involved to understanding these point of views. Today in IP Talks, we are going to talk about EnChroma. EnChroma is a brand of glasses that help to correct some form of mild color blindness or color deficiency. EnChroma, in my point of view, is a products company formed in the year 2010. A company with a bright idea that customers seem to like a lot. We look at the IP landscape and the IP strategies that EnChroma is using to protect its concept today. The outline of this presentation is, first I'm going to begin by talking about technological aspects of the product that EnChroma offers. And then I'm going to show you the user experiences and why people are excited about this product. Then I'm going to talk about the intellectual property in terms of patents and trademarks, which are two spectrums that EnChroma covers currently. Since IP is a very vast collection of topics, I will keep this outline short, and I hope to engage with you in discussions and comments section. A bit of a technological outline for EnChroma. EnChroma is a registered and trademark product. Now, this is an artistic impression of the product. Let's say this area here represents how a typical colorblind person's vision towards the world is. And this is how EnChroma enhances the colors. To understand this technology, we need to understand a bit about how the human eye works. So this is the human eye, and this layer is the retina. And in the retina, there are two kinds of cells, the cone and the rod cells. The rods are responsible for vision at low lighting environment, and the cones are responsible for the color vision. There are three kinds of cone cells. The short wavelength sensitive cones are the S cones, medium wavelength sensitive cones, M cones, and long wavelength sensitive cones, L cones. Together, these cones produce the colors of red, green, and blue. So color deficiency or color blindness occurs when one or more of these cone cells are not functioning properly or are missing. This is because typically what happens is there's overlap in the perceived light depending on the kind of cone that is fault, and you tend to see colors in a certain way that is deficient. Let's look at an example of a banana. If you're colorblind, this comparison will look the same. This is how a colorblind person sees a banana through its stages, and this is how a person with a normal vision will perceive it. The working mechanism of EnChroma's glasses is pretty simple. It contains filters that block out the wavelength of light where the cones overlap. So this helps people with certain kind of color deficiency see or perceive that color effectively. This invention was derived from the work of Dr. Don McPherson. He got a PhD in glass sciences at Alfred University. The doctor was trying to design protective eyewear for medical doctors. When he was out for a game of frisbee, his friend tried out the glasses he was working on. And it so happened that his friend was coincidentally colorblind, and he was in for a shock onto being able to see colors. And that's how EnChroma began. So a couple of years later, with a lot of research, and the product was perfected and sent to the market. Now a small video for the description.
If you were color deficient, you might confuse that with that. At the same time, you might confuse that with that. Our glasses create a separation between photopigments simply by blocking certain wavelengths of light that would be the most confused wavelengths for some.
And now a short user experience demonstration from Try Not to Cry videos that's pretty popular about this product.
Wow. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it.
What do you see?
The houses, like I can tell what color they are. Like that one right there.
Yeah,
that one right there's brown.
Yeah.
That one's red.
Yeah, you're right.
I did not know these were different colors.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa! Oh! Oh shit! Oh, sorry, this little kid's nearby. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god, dude! I wasn't sure if I would see anything. Oh my god! Whoa, dude! I seriously thought all those people in those videos were lying.
Now let's look at the intellectual property spectrum for EnChroma. First, we start with the patents. A patent is a set of exclusive rights given by a government of a country to an inventor against disclosure. This is how the patent portfolio of EnChroma looks like. First two characters of any patent ID can tell you the country of it. US for United States of America, CN for China, JP for Japan, and so on. WIPO, WO, is however special. WIPO stands for World Intellectual Property Organization. It's a mission of the United Nations. While patents filed in the US or China or India cover only the Indian or the United States or the Chinese spectrum, the patents filed with WIPO covers a whole spectrum of countries. Around 200 plus countries are part of PCT, which is called the Patent Cooperation Treaty. I've given the link in the description so you can check out if your country falls into this spectrum. However, the general understanding is the PCT covers almost all major economies in the world. First patent is the United States patent, published in 2014. The publication date is the date in which the patent is made available to the public. The second patent and the third patent are WIPO patents. The commonality in all three patents are their optical filter related patents that deal with chromatics and luminescent aspects of color towards human vision. However, the difference is that these patents try to cover a whole spectrum. The interesting thing to learn here is that if you see initially while EnChroma started with a US patent, it moved towards WIPO. This probably happened by the time they realized the market potential for their product. This is a consolidation of all the key topics that these three patents cover. Since patent documents are lengthy to read and they have complicated terms and terminologies that are related to law, I wrote a Python program to read a patent and classify topics with higher frequencies are bigger and the topics with lower frequencies are smaller. This word cloud represents the topics and the technologies covered in these three patents. My research deals with a lot of programming related to finding the patent portfolio and predicting trends. So I'll introduce more of these tools in my future videos. The last kind of intellectual property EnChroma holds is the trademark. This is the trademark label here. Trademark is a recognizable sign, design, or expression which identifies a product or service from a particular company or inventor. As you did see that EnChroma has built a lot of interest for its products and has generated brand recognition in a short time, this recognition has to be protected in some way. Trademark is a great way to protect your brand reputation once you have built the initial interest in the market. It has a bunch of details, the most important of which is the international class. The optics area that EnChroma deals with falls under the 009 International Classification Code. So EnChroma as a brand is trademarked under this, and it was first commercially used in 2012. The trademark was registered in April of 2013. The goods and services this classification represents is like sunglasses, lenses, eyewear, and so on. You can find additional information about EnChroma or stay updated with their product lines and activities by following them in their LinkedIn page. The link is in the video description. These are the references from which I've collected some background information. I've put them in the description section to read more if you're interested. I want to conclude this video by talking about the purpose of this video and the channel as such. I hope to create interest in aspiring entrepreneurs towards understanding various intellectual property strategies that co-entrepreneurs and big corporations are deploying so they can incorporate them in their own ecosystem in the future. Please engage with me more by commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel.